I was learning about these surgeries men get. They're crazy. I mean, I'd heard about it, but I was like actually listening to a podcast where they were talking about like the procedure and oh my God. Anyway, welcome back to Far From Eden. And so women prefer tall men. I guess this is I sound like an alien again. If it's your first time, you're probably like, of course, how does she not know that? Well, basically, I kind of lived under a rock for a really long time because having been diagnosed with very aggressive multiple sclerosis in my early 20s, I just stayed single and celibate through my 20s and most of my 30s. I think I dated 2 guys and again, remained celibate, was not on the dating scene, did not have girlfriends. I lived with my mom as like we were roommates, etc. So I had no idea what was going on. I had no idea what was going on in the rest of the world or what the guys and gals were getting up to. So, this whole tall thing is, I really learned about women liking tall guys sort of in the last several years. I never knew it was such a big thing. My dad is 5'5", maybe 5'5.5", I'm not sure. He would joke about that he was a hobbit, being British, and I never thought anything about it. I never thought there were never jokes or anything. My mom was, like an inch shorter than he was. And, when they were together, it was little gnome people. They were adorable. So I didn't know this whole, like, how cruel women are and how dismissive women are. And this whole, like, oh, he's got to be above 6 feet tall. And meanwhile, she's like 5'3". It makes no sense to me. And this surgery that these guys are getting, where they're breaking their femur bones, the top, leg bone, largest bone in the human body, they're breaking those. They get like inserts put in to make it longer, like 3 inches, I don't know, 3 or 4 inches, and then, stabilize all that with like probably rods and screws and all the rest of it. And then there's like months of arduous physical therapy, et cetera, and it's because these men, say you're a man and you're 5'7", I mean, with these women out here, there are no prospects. They won't even look at you. I was in the beauty parlor, that's not what they call it. I mean, beauty parlor, what do they call it? Hairdresser. Anyway, I was there. And same place I've been going to forever. And now that I'm back home. And it's mostly like old ladies who do the hair and get the hair done. So I like it because it's not pretentious. It's not obnoxious and, it's not like, I don't feel like it's females competing and that kind of a energy. I don't care for that. And those women don't care for me. So I like my old lady beauty shop. Anyway, I cannot remember what the conversation was going on, but there was a conversation between the lady who was doing my hair and another lady across the way who was also a hairdresser. And they were talking about a man who worked at the shop next door, something, oh, he's really nice, blah, 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 all these compliments. And then my hairdresser says, but he's short, he's really short. And there was a little bit of a chuckle. Now, my hairdresser is considerably younger. So I'm sitting there and I'm like, I'm studying people in their natural habitat to report back to you guys. And I'm waiting to see, like, what's the reaction? Do people pile on? How is it? There was no pushback. It was almost like a, And I forget which commenter said it, but when I hear these things in public, my assignment is to say, hey, what's wrong with being short? Like, that's what I would have said. And that commenter is absolutely right that I should be pushing back live in person. I'm going to do it gently, don't worry. But absolutely I should be. What happens to me is I become shocked. It's very easy to shock me. I still get shocked when people lie. I'm like, I can't believe people. Oh, yeah. My mom once said that I would have made a great nun. I'm not Catholic, but, I probably would have. Anyway, so my hairdresser said something to the effect of, oh, he's short. And it was definitely derogatory. No ifs, ands, or buts. It didn't need to be said in the way that it was said. It was definitely a negative. How tall you are, you can't change. Except for if you break your femurs, put like a extra boop in there, and now you've got freakishly long quads. Like, yeah, how do they even, God, the muscle, like they must ooh, the pain and struggle these men go through just to get a few inches taller, because they know in their lives they kind of have to. And it isn't just with women. Have you guys seen the sort of rumor that Ron DeSantis is wearing heels inside of his boots? There's a whole thing, and people have shown pictures and be like, how are his shins like this long? And it's kind of like you kind of see it from the pictures, like, but the reason, if he is doing that, which I'm not saying he is, but if he is, it's because just to be considered like presidential material, I guess, you have to be tall. And that tall means over 6 feet. It's so arbitrary. There's so few men that are over 6 feet. And the thing about women, because I'm kind of studying it and trying to see, like, what is it? Because yes, biologically, we're looking for that strong man who can fight off the bear and, kill the meat and bring, you know what I mean? He's like, that's in our biology. That was very well worded of me. That's how I'm describing that guy. But biologically, we're like, oh, big, strong man, that's what I want. So that makes sense. But it's gone past that, I think. I think we're at the stage of, this is when a girl is like, I'm dating a guy, and then she can say to her girlfriends, he's 6'2", or 6'3", or 6'4", right? There's definitely a reaction. The other girls do this. Oh, it's like, you must be valuable because you got a tall one. I really think that's what it is. I think these women are kind of like, I know that over 6 feet is the best. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying they've got it in their head that that's what's the best. And they're like, well, I'm going to get that. And then they get that, or they think they have it because they're probably sharing him. He's probably got a few on the side. But because that's the higher, that's the group of men with the 80-20, like they have those options to do that, whereas the majority of men have no options because women just don't even notice them, which is disgusting. And the other thing too that's so weird, women want a guy that's over 6 feet tall, right? Please, the next time you're talking to a woman, tell her to estimate what about 3 feet is. See if she even can say, or 5 feet, or 1 foot. Because most of us are so bad spatially. Like, can you even eyeball a guy? I guess they've been with so many guys, they're like, they probably can. But it's a ridiculous thing to require someone to be over 6 feet. And I don't think they really can stick to it. Obviously, there's such a small amount that are over 6 feet. And they're not going to know the difference between 5'10" and 6 feet if they're 5'2". It's just a trophy. It's just I must be valuable because I got one of these. I think about like when people like shoot a deer, like a buck, and they've got the buck on the wall and they're like, oh, that there's an 8-point buck. And I think I know what that means. It's like got a lot of like antlers. And so they like that and they put that on their wall. And I'm like, I feel like the women are kind of like that with tall men. I think they're like, look at this 6 foot, you know. It just reminds me of the same thing. It's, again, though, like everything else, superficial, shallow, you know. I can't think of anything. It's so stupid and arbitrary. It's like, he's got to be over 6 foot. And you see these shows like Fresh and Fit and whatever and Pearl and a lot of other ones. And I mean, what about his character? You know, what does he believe? What is his worldview? Yeah, it doesn't matter. As long as he can, you know, see above the crowd, I guess. It's so dumb. But anyway, it just goes to show you this surgery that men are doing. Again, the problem is with the women, and they're in there breaking their femurs to try to fix themselves. Why would you want to have to do that to yourself to get somebody? Because that somebody, if you can only get them because of that, they're not worth getting. Like, we're not. We are not worth it, guys. We are not worth it. We're not worth a lot of the stuff you do. Forget about the femur breaking fiasco. It's the rest of it. I mean, I really am like, you should just try not to, you know, engage in until conditions improve. I mean, that's why, you know, the whole MGTOW word is that you should really kind of go your own, because it's not safe out there. And you already know, I know you know it, or you didn't know it, and now you know it because you've been through it. But this guy's just getting this horrible, painful surgery just to get one of us. Man, it just broke my heart hearing about that. Just broke my heart, because I'm thinking, how desperate are you that you're doing that to yourself? How much do you hate yourself that you're doing that to yourself? You're going through that. Women are not worth it. Not even close. And I'm really sorry, because you do deserve better. You do. You actually do. I know women are always like, we deserve this and we deserve that. And I'll often say, nobody deserves anything. But you do deserve things when you earn them. And when I look around and I see what men have done and what men do, I think they've earned it. And they don't ask for much. They don't. Anyway, if any of you are thinking of, you know, elongating your femurs, please don't do that, because the prize is not worth it. If you have to do that to get the prize is no prize. Okay, I think I said everything I could say about breaking femurs. Oh, you guys, be well, take care of yourselves, and I will see you on the next one.